Hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. Today I am working on this whole thing, and you know what? I've apparently placed a lot of torches, so many so that I ran out of charcoal and I ran out of the torches, just because even though I had an entire box full of, wood I was doing. In fact, I think it was multiple shulker boxes full, plus I've used some of the wood from the rest of my world I found, but despite all of that, I am still very low on the charcoal, very low on the torches, and therefore to finish this ridiculous project, which, let's be honest, wasn't necessary in the beginning, but let's not say that right here in a public stream. But yeah, just to finish this project now, we've got to do some stuff. Also, there are creeper holes all over my world that have been developing while I've been doing this, because I might have lit up some charged creepers. Maybe that decision is biting me in the place where things bite you when they're bad. So yeah, it's going to be great fun. We're doing some deforestation, and apparently some people have got some Ecosia ads for this stream. Perfect fit, right? Remember to donate to Team Trees while we chop down the trees in Minecraft, because that's an important thing. So hello, I'm IBX Toycat. I hope you're all doing well. I see all the hellos in the chat. It's good to see you all again. Whenever I start streaming, there's always a thing in the back of my mind that's like, what if no one wants to see this one? You know, like, you might think that's silly, and maybe it is silly on some level, but like, it is always a bit refreshing when it's like, hey, look, so many people are coming in to say hello. How nice of them. Why are they deciding to do it? Who knows for sure? I just know it's a vaguely positive development in my eyes. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to grab some shulker boxes, which are, of course, where we put all the trees. We'll grab a couple, maybe. And then we're going to go to a forest biome, and we're going to use this diamond axe until it breaks, or until the stream ends. If the axe breaks, the stream ends. If, it gets too late, and bedtime becomes a thing, then the stream ends as well. A couple of very clear start and failure points, I guess. So yeah, let's do this, I guess. I've got myself a jungle boat, which means I can use the boat away, the world's most successful project. I'm still a little bit bummed about how that whole thing went, honestly, like the video, etc. But it's a reminder, like, it seems like this is a negative thing, and maybe it is on some great level. But it's a reminder that, like, the YouTube gods, they don't care about the time you put in something. They care about how much can you make this seem interesting. And it's always cool to have a reminder of that. Because it might, it sucks every now and then. But every now, then sometimes it's the opposite. Okay, wait. Here's Toycat argues against everything you know and love. Even though meritocracy sounds real good, it also sounds like, I was thinking about this in Subway today. Don't ask me why. But I was in Subway and I was realizing, like, for a lot of people, it feels, oh god. Because there's a game show in the UK, which is really, really chance-based, and the host is mean to you, and also, hi man, hope this stream goes great. I hope it goes great as well, Mr. Luxas Adriel Villa. Thank you very much for the 20 ARS, or the ARS, if you want, of currency. See, that's just me saying the currency, the R. Oh, fun fact, in the UK we spell arse with an R. I don't know if a lot of people know that. But like, ASS is just donkeys, whereas ARSA is the impolite one. Look at that, Toycat goes crazy with his swearing. It's, and people used to trust me with their children, am I right? Which is definitely what people watch my channel for. When people watch their communist, their communist videos and tearing apart the Vietnam War, it's definitely children that do that. But, so yeah, trying to stay on topic for once today, I am wearing a hoodie that I didn't realize I was wearing until just now when I looked at myself and I was like, oh, it's like yellow, but slightly off yellow for some reason. I can't work out what the deal is. Also, I really should just get this thing going straight, so I don't keep doing this. My first live stream, glad to catch it. Have fun burning trees. Oh man, almost died for you. I would die for you every time for $4.99. So thank you very much, Mr. Charles Ruprecht. Yeah, it's these streams, I guess they're like becoming somewhat common now. I don't know, every time I'm about to leave, I'm always like, let's stream a bit more. Like, I can't stream for a while, so I'll stream a bunch more now. There's this fun thing, it's like how opportunity cost works. As soon as you know you can't do something, you want to do it a bit more. Are you vibing at the moment, Andrew? Says Normie Beta 420. I would not say I am vibing at the moment, but I wouldn't say I'm not vibing either. So there's that. Okay, so my plan is to chop under the path of this. Hey, thank you, Queen Joe. If you eat parts of yourself, is that cannibalism? Which part would you eat? If I had to eat a part of myself, you'd pick like... I mean, technically speaking, just before the stream started, I had big nails, and I bit my nails, and that was awful. I don't want to do it. It's one of those bad habits I'm trying to fix, but it doesn't happen long enough for you to fix it. You just do it, and you're like, oh, that's awful. And then, so, repeating cycle, whatever. But like, isn't that a part of myself? Whenever like, maybe this is gross. Maybe this, I don't know if this is gross or how everyone does it, so sorry if it's the second one. But, you know, when you have like a cut and you're like, oh god, you put your mouth to it, right? To stop the bleeding. Is that cannibalism? I think arguably so, right? I would say definitely so. But yeah, so I'm wearing this hoodie, by the way, because I don't like it. I found it on my bed and it smells a bit. It doesn't actually smell anymore. It smells like me. Is it weird to like your own smell? But I found this hoodie under my bed and I was like, I need to throw this away. What even is it? It says time on it. What does time mean? Time to get a new hoodie, I think is the clear reaction from this. But yeah, I found this and I was like, well, I need a hoodie. I'll wear it today and then I'll throw it away. Also, no, that's vampirism. Blood is taste well. Isn't eating yourself called auto-cannibalism? That's where you eat yourself in a car. Auto-cannibalism. Where in the UK are you from? First tax from me, says Navaskia. So thank you so much for the super chat. And also, I'm from London-ish, is what I like to call it. Like outside the boundaries, but by a little bit. Can you confirm or deny that before streams you are a little late because of cocaine? I can deny that one. I wish I was at the level where like, oh yeah, just to get by at my job, I need to take some serious, what is it, a narcotic? I don't think it's a narcotic. I think it's there's a term for like, it's like an upper or something. I donated twice and you ignored me and never stream. Well, now you've donated once and I've listened, so isn't that wonderful? No, the truth is I sometimes do miss things, but isn't that the beauty of knowing that you probably get a message read out? But maybe sometimes your messages suck. Or maybe sometimes they just show up inconveniently. But yeah, no, I definitely am trying to get better at that. I'm sorry if I have missed your message. I don't want to. And hopefully I won't. They consider it narcotic, but really it's not. Oh, well, fun fact. Wouldn't it be cool if I was at the level where I needed narcotics just to make my stream work? It would be kind of cool, but that's not the level I'm at right now. But maybe that's why I do these streams for, to fund that addiction. So thank you, G Parry, for fueling my raging. I don't think you should say this on the internet. I'm gonna back down from this real fast. So how's the weather? It's raining in Minecraft, my Minecraft world. But yeah, I wonder actually, internet. Tell me also, are you single-handedly causing global warming? I mean, I'm just saying, you might think that climate change is caused by oceans and carbon emissions, but I chopped down this forest, and did the climate not change? Checkmate, scientists. What's the grossest thing you've ever eaten? Ooh, grossest. That's a good question, actually. It's been a while since I ate something really gross. Like, I've eaten bugs in Thailand, but like, bugs aren't actually gross because they basically turn them into crisps. They're just, or potato chips if you live in an American English part of the world. So, like, when they turn them into those, it's just kind of like, oh yeah, this is crispy and tasty. Yeah, most gross things are actually pretty good. I don't eat things that are gross and taste gross, because that's just called self-harm, right? Like, when was the last time you chopped off a limb, Toy Cat? And it's like, I don't do that, because that's bad. That's not a thing you want to do. Hey, Toy Cat, do you make podcasts? Because I love when you ramble, it helps me focus. Just talking about random things is amazing. I'm glad that someone enjoys the rambling. I've always found it to be like a side product of like, I try to stay on topic, but I'm just so bad at staying on any topic that we go from side to side to side, and we end up in a whole hole. Like, I think I was talking about this hoodie, and like, does anyone else do this? Is this clever, or is this like me being a broken human being, for instance? Where like, I have this hoodie, and I'm gonna throw it away, but I can't throw away a clean piece of clothing. I feel bad about that. Like, why would I wash it if I'm not gonna thing it? So I always wear clothing one last time before I throw it away. Is that weird? Or is that like smart? Is that the reason why I'm a millionaire? You know, I'm not a millionaire. According to all the net worth sites, I'm a millionaire. Just saying. Your boy could be hiding it pretty well. I mean, you won't get donations if you... Actually, you know, I think people would donate if I said I was a millionaire. I think if I said, I'm a millionaire, I don't need your money, don't give it to me. I think that'd be a good marketing technique. Like, I don't need your money. I'm going to use your money just to buy whatever narcotics we were talking about earlier. And people would be like, you know what? I'm down with the honesty. Yeah, I think actually honesty is the easiest way to make people part. Like, in 2019, we live in such a dishonest world that, like, I think all you need is, like, share real... That's why, like, before the Wendy's account became, like, over-corporatized or whatever, like, that's why people like that Twitter, right? Because it's like, oh, you know, they're making fun of the other fast food chains like they probably want to, you know? I know, I guess people like to see the unexpected. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe all people really want in the world is unexpected things. And maybe the only reason people like honesty is because it's so unexpected at this point. And isn't that beautiful in a way? Or isn't that... I guess that's awful, really. Have you considered making video vlogs about your travels? Says Scarlet Mengerine. So I make a few videos about them. Honestly, it's just because I'm not good at travel vlogging. Like, back when I first started traveling, I was like, oh, people might like to see this because it's interesting to me. But when I watch the videos back, like, I'm fascinated sometimes, but a lot of the stuff doesn't resonate in the same way. Like, it would resonate with someone who'd done the exact same trip before, but there aren't a huge amount of people who travel. In terms of, like, you know, everyone eats, everyone plays Minecraft. Everyone. Try and say you don't play Minecraft. You're lying to me. I know it. It's a fact. So, you know, like, those things are much easier things to, like, show people and have them enjoy. Whereas the travel vlogs, like, I don't think I'm good at them compared to other people. Please bring the beard back, says Shayna O. Even though I shaved, like, yesterday, the beard, I can feel, like, stubble off a beard, which is unusual for me. No, it took me so long to get the beard to that point, and it sucked for so long before then. I might honestly have to, you know, when it comes to beard things, we'll have a deep consideration. How about that? You know what we'll do is, like, if I can work out in my personal life that I can have a beard without ruining it, then we'll do some weird thing. Also, my dad, the god of beans wants me to tell you. Okay, boomer. I mean, I'm basically a boomer, right? I mean, I sit here, I destroy the planet, and then I blame all of you. That's right, you watching this stream right now, you're the reason this is happening. The frame rate is part-eyes, says Escape Jack. Yeah, so maybe you're being sarcastic because your stream is lagging, but I stream in 60 FPS, and YouTube, unlike some other streaming services, does actually support it. Oh, should we talk about the streaming wars? Do you want to talk about the wars of the streaming variety? Because I find this fascinating, because maybe, you know, I stream irregularly. Like, I call streaming a hobby. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree. If you do either, you're wrong, so sorry about that. But, yeah, so because I stream, it's, like, interesting to me to follow the game, where, like, you know, Mix Ninja got paid some number of millions of dollars to switch over to Mixer, right? And then another guy gets paid, I think Shroud or whatever. And also, here's money. Love your videos. Thank you, says Kay. Thank you, Kay. You know what my response to that is? Kay. Woo, 2 days in a row, says Yachty. Or Yachty, if you will. Oh, so here's the plan. Because I'm definitely streaming tomorrow. Thursday's my stream day. I have a fun stream plan, by the way. Like, I don't want to spoil it. Actually, I do want to spoil it, but I'm not going to. That sucks. I have so many creeper explosions happen. But, no, we gotta... Where's my bed? Okay, we're just gonna kill the zombie first. And then we'll set up a bed. Okay, this is harder than I thought. But, yeah, basically, I will give you a tenner if you stream on Mixer, says Stampy Longhead. Wow, I just got offered an exclusive Mixer deal, everyone. All I have to do is switch over to Mixer, and I can get a tenner from Stampy. What do you guys reckon? Do you reckon we should do it? Okay, stream's over right now. We're heading there. It's good. We're done. It's wonderful. But, thanks for streaming at 11. Yeah, I tried to stream late on, because, like, I think my brain is most active and most, like, conversational. I spend most of the day just, like, wishing people would go away. And then at the end, it's like, you know what? I could have a conversation right now. Because I know that if I hate it, I can go to bed afterwards. That's my high-quality $1 million strategy. £1 million strategy, really. But, also, yeah, the thing I was kind of saying before, you finally said it right. Here's a reward. No, it's yachty. Okay, here's the thing about the word yacht. You might think it's yacht. But the word yacht is pronounced that way because if you own a yacht, is anyone going to tell you otherwise? Are you going to go to the yacht store? They're going to be like, sir, it's a yacht. And you're going to be like, no, it's a yacht. They're going to be like, okay, sir, thank you very much for that. If you invite someone like, hey, I'm going to have a private party on my yacht, and they're going to be like, it's actually a yacht. No, they're going to be like, I'm on board. That's, oh, good pun. I'm on board. Ha 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 ha. But that's the beauty about a yacht, is that by the time that you have to think about how to say it, you've already won the game. You've already completely beaten that one. So yeah, I only disliked, oh wait, damn it, I'm trying to read the chat, but I'm doing it like, one of the interesting things, I don't know if you know this about streaming, maybe you do, maybe you don't, you have to read the chat, and then you have to check if it's a thing you should respond to, then you have to read it out loud, then you have to respond to it. And I'm really bad at doing that sometimes because there's so much like pouring in. But really, why did you try to rob that factory when you were 13? I mean, institutional robbery isn't really theft, right? I mean, it is, but like it doesn't feel like it to a 13-year-old. The reason, so like I wasn't actually stealing anything. I was just going inside. Like in the UK, breaking and entering is a crime in the UK, but there's no trespassing is only a civil crime. It's not a criminal crime, which means if you are inside someone's. By the way, your streams really help me focus and not procrastinate when doing homework, especially since I have loads of work to do this semester. Thank you. Thank you very much. I can't read your name correctly. Jensen. I mean, Jensen is a real name, and Jeston isn't one, so makes sense why you'd be called that. But, yeah, no, trespassing isn't a crime in the UK. If you are caught inside somewhere you shouldn't be, you have to leave when they tell you to leave. But if no one knows you're inside somewhere you shouldn't be, as long as you don't steal anything, and as long as you don't break your way in, it's fine. What a great way to end a day. Toy Cat stream, and it looks like you're going to be harvesting some wheat in Minecraft. Live that dream, I guess, question mark. Day 1 of asking Toy Cat to watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I mean, there's so many like shows that people recommend, and we've gone over this before. I don't like that this is true, but it's the fact. The more you recommend that I watch something, the more I really want to avoid it. This isn't a part of my psychology that I program that way. It's just how I work. You tell me something's good and I need to do it. It's like, you know, like probably wrong about that. You know, that's not what I want to believe. I want to be like, oh wow, really? There's a great new show I should watch. I would love to get on board with that. But you know what I'm actually thinking? I'm thinking, wow, this person, you know, because let's be honest, most things aren't good. The reality of the world is that most things most people make for the consumption of others is not very good. There is a day's worth of YouTube video being uploaded every single minute. I think I got that fact right. Like an entire day's worth. Think about the scale of that. How much of that day is worth watching? How much of that day is like, you know the guy at the graduation who was live streaming it? He's never going to watch that video again. One person watched it at the time, and I don't know who they were. Was that him? So, Kat, have you donated to Team Trees yet? I donated $666 for Halloween. What a perfect day to do that. Also, hey Andrew, just finished an essay for my psychology course, only to find out that you got extended. So really, you got punished for doing the right thing. Sounds like me and the factory story, but just a little bit more, right? But, yeah, no, I don't know why I keep, like, filling the chest up way too early. I've got, like, a problem here. I'm getting lots of sticks from this, actually. How handy. How very handy. So, to go back a few topics. Yeah, when people recommend things, most things in the world are bad. Most things most people make aren't very good. And finding the things that are good is really hard. And if you just take recommendations from society at large, you are going to find things that are appealing to society at large, which is sometimes there are good things out there. But if you know that you don't like most things that most people like I don't like, you know, I don't listen to music. People find that weird. I'm sorry. I'm a weird human being. I know. I sometimes listen to some music, but I've got like 30 songs at most I'd ever listen to. It's, again, I don't know why I'm like this. It's just how I be. So with that information in mind, when you know those things about yourself, because you can pretend that, you know, you can pretend you're whatever you want to pretend you are. I can pretend that I'm an astronaut, and I can be like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare for being an astronaut. I'm going to start eating space food, and I'm going to do this. Or you can kind of know how things are, try and improve them perhaps, and then you can use that information to, you know, make better decisions for yourself. If you know you hate a lot of things that most people like, you know that if most people recommend something to you, you probably shouldn't listen to it. Like, this is why I think reviewers are generally a good idea, because you can find someone who likes things. Also, have you watched Joker? Says Mr. Yachty. It's definitely how you say it. Yachty, just to repeat that one more time, says, have you watched the Joker? I have watched the Joker, and I thought it was I don't know if anyone else again, see, here's a fact about me. That movie makes me physically uncomfortable to watch. I liked it. I thought it was a interestingly put together thing. I thought it was a really good breakdown of why this guy exists the way he does. I mean, I could have just read the Wikipedia article, but You know, I watched the movie about it instead. So yeah, basically, I thought it was a really good movie in that regard, but it made me like physically uncomfortable the whole time. Like, I don't know what it is about certain mental illnesses, but like, I'm just like, like, I guess that again, that there, I don't know why that is. I don't know if that's common because no one else I was watching with us had the same thing. Everyone else is like, oh, it's a really good movie, really good origin story, whereas I'm just like, do you guys not feel that? And that's the whole thing. So, can you tell the whole factory story again? You know what? Just for you, Benjamin Shia. Also, you have to be told something sucks for you to actually watch it, says Scarlett. No, what it is you need to tell me something is like something else that I like, or I need to respect your recommendations, which I don't respect anyone's recommendations, unless you've already recommended me something that by coincidence I later watched because it was also good. Which I know, again, I know this is stupid. This is just, like, actually it's not even that stupid. It works for me. I watch a lot of good things, you know, as a result of this. And I avoid a lot of bad things, as a result of this. Which is good, right? That's what you want. So, yeah, fun fact. So, okay, I'll tell the story, just real briefly. Because I think I mentioned it in a video a long time ago. When I was like 13, there was a giant abandoned factory near my house, and we broke in. Broke in's a strong word. We entered without the permissions of the factory owner, and yeah, that's how I lost one of my toenails because I dropped a huge thing on me after trying to get out. Whole thing, whatever. That movie had an odd tone that made it good but not fun. Turn up your sensitivity, says Rocket Man. Yeah, it's only really painful when you go up and down. Like left and right is pretty normal, right? But this is, I agree, this is painful to watch. I totally feel you on that one. Totally get you. I can actually plug a mouse into my, let's do something weird today. Let's put a, no, my mouse is plugged in, I don't know where my mouse is plugged in. But I could put a mouse into my Xbox, if I wanted to. He only opens his eyes all the way when he lies, says MKX90. Have you worked out the toy cat tail? It is very interesting that, like, when people lie, they usually do have certain giveaways. I think I have tells that I put on specifically to amplify my sarcasm, though. Not to, you know, like, I think if I'm actually lying, let me tell you, I'll tell you 3 facts right now. Oh, 2 truths and a lie. Let's do it. Chat. Let's collectively do this. I'm going to say fact A, fact B, and fact C. And we'll see if chat can collectively guess which of these is true. I'd have to come up with facts. Like, I did one recently, but one of those facts is one that I don't think would go down with the internet. So, you sarcastic? Never. Exactly. I'm never sarcastic. I was being sarcastic about how often I'm being sarcastic. Of course. So, so cat. Oh, by the way, it's going to show up on screen in about 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Well, there goes my timing. But yeah, I'll come up with 3 facts, and we can do this together, chat. It'll be great fun. Hey Toycat, what's your favorite crisps to eat, minus skips or knickknacks? I hate that this is my answer, but I love Doritos. Like, they make me feel so bad after I eat them. Like, they're just, so I think they're made from like corn instead of potato or whatever. Again, I don't understand crisps. I'm not a crisp expert. But yeah, I love some Doritos. After that, like, favorite, like, non-Dorito brand, because they're kind of this, to me, they're a separate category. If you've never had Squares, they're like a British, they might not be British. I think they're by the same company who makes Walkers, so who knows for sure. But Squares are my favorite because it's so, like, I don't know, like, okay, you know, weird shapes make food better. You know what would make a sandwich better? Being in a triangle shape. You know what triangle sandwiches? Better than rectangle sandwiches? If you disagree with me, you're wrong. You have the incorrect opinion. Someone needs to inform you about the correct opinion. It sucks they haven't gone around to that already. Fat bastard gives me 99 Australian cents. So YouTube takes 30% of that, so it's 70 Australian cents. So that's about 35 pence I just got there. That's almost enough for a bag of Squares. 2 truths and a lie, says Rach Campbell. I'll get to it. Also, yeet. Yeet indeed. Okay, so 2 truths, 1 lie. Let's do it, chat. I want to do this. I just want to get like good examples first, because I need to find truths that are interesting and then come up with a lie, right? So, let's focus on the, let's give this like a minute. Okay, I've got one. Now let's go for two. Number two. Maybe it should be something game related. Yeah, let's go for something game related. Yeah, that sounds. Should we go for something like a little scary in here too? Okay, let's try and do that. So I've got fact number one sorted, or fact or lie number one sorted. It's fact number two. Can be. Should we make it Minecraft related? Just to throw people off their game. No, they should still be real life, I guess, to keep them consistent with each other. So, fact number two. Sort that out mentally. And then fact number three has to be something really mundane. So if it's a lie, you don't think about it. And if it's a truth, you're like, I mean, why would you put such a simple truth in there? Hi, Toycat, what's your favorite mob in Minecraft? I really like horses for their utility. And I really hate this question because I don't have a favorite mob. So, what's the way to summon the old pigmen? They're just the current pigmen right now, Mr. Denier. So, okay, let's do this. Chat. 3 facts. I'm gonna say fact A, fact B, fact C. When we get to the end, you can guess which one is a lie. Okay? Do you want to do this? So, fact number 1 is when I was in year 8, when I was 13, let's say, I got into a really big fight with someone much older than me because I kicked them in the nuts and they didn't like that, and despite this person being much older than me, I won the fight. You know, has Toycat been in a fight? Let alone with an older gentleman. Let alone winning that one. What a wacky thing. That's fact number A. Fact number B. We'll just go for all like 13-year-old runs roughly. Because 13-year-old Toycat's the most relatable form of me. Because you're all 13 years old anyway, right? So that's just, those are just facts that are definitely true. So, by the way, you wait till the end. We got a lot of people saying true and false already though, so I'm curious if your mind will change when you hear the rest of these. Fact number 2 is I never showered naked in public. Every time we had sports where we had to shower, I avoided it. And if I had to shower, like the very few times that was a thing, I would not get naked. I would wear shorts on and I'd just shower over the shorts and then have wet shorts. Or, you know, like something along those lines. So that's fact number B. Do you think that's true? Do you think that's false? So now we're going to go with fact number C here, which is... Again, I've got some that, like, I really don't want to have them on the public record, though they'd be kind of fun otherwise. Fact C is when... So I did a history GCSE in the UK. So it would have been about 14, 15. And midway through my year, they switched around the way... So instead of doing an exam, I had to do something called a controlled assessment, which was 8 hours, 4 separate times. So 32 hours worth of essay writing. So about an hour into the first one, I realized this isn't going to work for me. And I went to sleep. So that's fact number 3. Fact number C. Thing number 3. So fact A, I've been in a fight. I've been in at least one fight, and I won the fight. And the only reason the fight started is because I kicked the person in the nuts. Fact number 2, I've never showered naked in front of anyone ever. Let's just say at school to keep things simple. Toycat, how do you feel about Habsden Hotel? Keep up the work on the acceleration of global warming. I'll do my best, Mr. Fuzzy Sheev. So, B is the naked thing, and C is about the exam. So, work out the lie based on that. We're going to try and see if chat got it right. Okay, so, A, C. We got a lot of people on C, a lot of people on A. We got Zalex Den being the first on B. So yeah, it's A and C pretty much universally, with B being from BUP. We have so few B's in here. It's like 50% A, 40% C, and like the occasional B comes in, and then one person who's hilarious says D. So chat, let me tell you in order that fact number A was in fact true. What it was is, I think it involved a football for whatever reason. Like when you're in school, in British school, you have to play football because it's all anyone ever does. It's the only way to socialize with your friends, which is weird because you don't socialize while you're playing it, I guess. But something like their football came past me, or maybe they took our football and then I kicked him in the nuts, and then he just like went wild at me, and then somehow I'd never been in a fight at that point. I was just like, well, I'm upset that you punched me. I'm gonna punch you back, and then we got in a whole thing. So, second of all, have you really never been in several relationships and never saved time and money by showering together? So the second fact here about I've never showered naked in school. I think we kept it to that. Sorry, no wait. Never showered naked in school is actually the lie. It's 99% true. That's why I think that's why it's clever here, right? So the second fact is only 99% true. Because every time showering came up, I was like, no, this is a terrible thing. There was only like once showers were ever mandatory, and like I think a teacher was like, you gotta be. So I remember that's the one time, because every guy has this story where it's like, oh yeah, locker room showers. You see a lot of people's junk. I remember like being like, this is a weird thing. Everyone's like naked running around. Half the people are like this, half the people are like, yeah, whatever, doing my thing. And I was like, this is not a world I'm comfortable in. Are you a boomer? I'm totally a boomer. Boomer zoomer, right? And then fact number C, I was correct. I got an hour into my exam and I was like, I got an hour into that controlled assessment and I was like, not worth
tax.
it.
Toy
hey,
is money.
Thank you, Luke. Thank you very much, Lunar Eclipse, for the £7.78. I assume $10 super chat. Really appreciate that. I'm glad that you're here today and that you enjoyed the game. So yeah, everyone was incorrect. Literally, I nailed that. I nailed that in such a way that I got everyone, besides 3 people I think it was, to guess the wrong fact. So if at home you didn't put it in the chat, you messed up. You have no proof that you're correct, and I don't believe you. And everyone who put in the chat A or C, guess what? It's a thing. He talked about C before, says Dave Detail Boy. I don't know if I have spoken about it before. If it was a really long time ago. Because again, I was so mad when that happened. I'm like, no, you don't get 32 hours worth of my time for anything. Like, that's so much time. Oh, I guess I probably streamed that much in the last hour. But I'm having fun doing this, right? If you want me to do... Like, it was honestly to me just like, no, this is gone. As the concept of getting, like, even though I did exams to that point, I did really well. I got a B in the first exam. So I was on track to get a really, really good history grade, despite not really actually studying the subject. But then they switched to that, and I was like, no, you don't get 8 hours of my time to write things. You know, I hated essay writing, so I was just like, I get 8 hours of naps today, and then tomorrow I get 8 hours worth of naps. And because the teachers, they have to be exam instructors, they weren't allowed to tell me to wake up or to tell me not to sleep. So I got some great naps in. And to be fair, at this point in time, by the way, thank you very much. I don't really know what my name is. But even though that sounds awful, even though that sounds like, really, Toycat, you throw away a whole GCSE? No, to this day, that never came in useful. I had enough other, like, just about passes that, yeah. I actually made, like, it's funny, because most of the time, people say, like, I regret not doing better in school. And 99% of the time, it's true. I would have regretted doing well in those classes instead of getting the sleep. That sleep was wonderful for me. You know, teenagers barely sleep. You know, I wasn't a particularly happy teenager, which meant I slept even less than that. And, yeah, combine those things together, it's pretty great, right? So, long story short, you're all wrong, and I nailed that 2 truths and a lie game. But yeah. Also, what is happening? Did you just see that? What was that just now? What just happened? Mosby, thank you very much for the $2 super chat. Appreciate the patronage today. So, and then you have wet shorts. Oh, so yeah, here's the thing. Every time I showered, besides once, I did actually just wear shorts. Because, a bunch of people had, like, there wasn't enough space in the changing room in my high school to Americanize it for you all. there wasn't enough space in the high school, like, what's it called, like, changing room. So some people had to change in the shower, and it's like, I'm not unveiling my whole thing to everyone in exchange for that. So yeah, fun fact. I was literally napping 2 minutes ago. Wow, we have the same interests, basically. I mean, napping is a very rare thing that, you know, we have a special streamy bond going on right here with. But the school I went to had showers, but they didn't work at all. Yeah, I think showers are one of those things, like, again, it's like kind of old school. I don't know why it's old school, like, why... It seems like a thing that does make sense, that like, oh yeah, you get sweaty, so you shower. But it just never kind of happened. Last stream I donated so often, my bank texts me out fraud concern, but here we go again. How's life? Says Elisa Bashuk. Life's going pretty well, actually. I made something today that I hadn't made in a long time. I think it was basically spaghetti bolognese, but I made it without, like, all of the ingredients. I guess without the bolognese, really. And it was good. I made a thing. It was cool. Also, thank you very much, IBX Toycat Vivo, for the Australian 99 cents. You know, I appreciate when people are just like, oh yeah, here is some amount of money. Whenever it's like, and here's the smart thing to say here, is no matter what currency you give in, it's all great and wonderful. But whenever it's like 99 of something, you know, like of a lower end thing, it's like, oh man, this is the bare minimum you can give. And also, it's in like some weird currency. And also you did via YouTube, so really it's like nothing on the other end. But I appreciate that you spent money, even if basically none of it ends up on my end. So Kat, where are you from? Are you an Aussie too? I would hate to be Australian because I travel so much. I love Australia. I hate Australia's location in the world. Like, if we could trade Australia and France's place, that'd be wonderful. If we could trade, like, maybe Australia and America would be fun too. But, yeah, I think Australia is one of the coolest places on Earth. That just, if I lived there, it'd be like, I'm going to travel once a year, and it's going to cost me more than all of my travel I do right now. And it just sounds awful to me. It sounds absolutely terrible. So, 99 Zimbabwe currency. Fun fact, Zimbabwe doesn't have a currency anymore because they've ruined it too many times. Zimbabwe is a great example of a country that's like... Because I was reading about like the pre-Mugabe years recently. Don't ask why. I have an interest in history, right? Also, can't we dig up Australia and move it to Europe? I mean, I think Australia competes in Eurovision. I could be wrong, but it's... Yeah, like Australia's basically in Europe already. Like, culturally. Because, it's full of Europeans. Oh, here's a showers in schools. That's weird. Oh, chat. If you live in the US of A, did you have showers? Or if you live anywhere. Say your country, and if you had showers in your school. Because I always thought they were weird concepts. Like, showers don't make any sense to me. Because who wants to show their naked bodies to other children? That's a terrible statement. But, like, it's true, right? No, who is there, like, I would love for my peers, who mock me for everything on the outside, to be able to see my most private and vulnerable position. Or maybe that's why we have such a fear of being naked. Who knows for sure? All I know is it's all terrible. In the girl showers, they had curtains at my school, but in the guy showers, it was just, like, a trough of, like, 10 showers they all turned on at the same time. Latvia, we had no showers. US, yes, they suck. Never say that sentence again. Live in the USA and no showers. Yes, but they're for swimming and water polo. You went to a very affluent high school, clearly. Norway, we had showers in school and it traumatized me. Same here. Okay, I'm not the weird one. Weird currency donation, Toy Cat, says Alex Den. Thank you for the $2. Russian? No, South African Rand. I don't even know. After this stream, I'll find out what that was. Actually, I don't think I will. It'll just... Some amount of money will appear in my YouTube earnings. It'll be great. Toy Cat, why were you in the girls' showers? No, actually, what it was... I have a story, and now it relates to the girls' showers. The only reason I know what it's like in the girls' changing room, you know, besides me being a creepy 13-year-old and clearly going in there all the time. No, they were super protective about it. Like, I think I probably would have gotten in some real trouble if I'd been in the girls' changing rooms. I mean, hopefully that makes sense. That seems like a good rule. But, so when I first started school, they made it seem like such a big deal, and I was like, okay, school, you know, it was a brand new school. I was just changing. I was like, school is a big deal. I'm gonna go to clubs because they say that's important. Yeah, basically they were like, oh yeah, clubs are this really important thing. So I was like, I'm gonna sign up for every single club, that, after school club. I went to football club. I went to rugby club. I went to all these different things. And one of those clubs was called cross country club. It was literally run. They just sent us around a field and made us run for an hour after school. It was the worst thing. You can't make friends. You can't make friends running because they're running and they're out of breath. So it's like you don't make friends. There was no measurement or any achievement. It was just run around, be exhausted, go home an hour late when it's dark. Like, so yeah, I did cross country, and for some reason they made us all change in the girls' changing rooms together. Maybe it was like because it was after school, there was a thing or something. And yeah, in the girls' changing rooms, they had shower curtain dividers. I am on a varsity cross country. Don't at me. No, cross country's the worst sport because it's not a game. It's a personal thing that everyone does together. My friends once dropped her pants in the wet shower. I mean, as opposed to the dry shower. But yeah, no, actually, as far as like actually like someone asked earlier, like, so you've never showered if someone asked before. The reason I clarified that is like, I think I probably have, but I don't remember if I have. Like showering okay, if you live in the US, which state would you like to live in? Says Jessica with the £1.87 super chat. So I actually live in the United States of America right now. It's a little state you might not have heard of called England. But no, I actually have considered this question a lot. Wow, that's gender inequality. Exactly, right? I was basically ending the systematic oppression of dudes by going in the girls' changing rooms for that one cross-country lesson. But why is there one torch here? Place it down, I guess. But yeah, one of the things that I found interesting. Oh wait, so no, US state. Not about interesting things. Not about anything else. So I've considered this question a lot. I think it would have to be one of the states without an income tax. Because when you like, I think I've looked into it before and like, is it California that has the highest or is it New York? It's like, so you pay the same tax federally, which you don't get healthcare for, by the way. Like, there's very similar tax rates between the UK and the US, and then you pay tax to live in a town. To live in a state, and then you pay tax to live in a city, and then you also don't get any of the same benefits from the government. And it's like, oh, so you pay more money, and in exchange, what? Like the government buys more F-22 bombers or something? Like, no one quite understands how the US tax system works. But yeah, so that's like, because I used to think the idea of living in like a California would be really cool. The idea of living, yeah, I think it was always like California or if failing that, maybe like a Seattle. Like being a West Coast person. I always thought it used to be very cool in my head, but I think long term it just doesn't make sense. It costs lots of money to live there, and then you have to pay lots of money to live. You have to pay lots of money for the right of living there, and then you have to pay money for all the things that you get included as part of the cost of living here, and it's like, so it's like living in the UK but worse. So that's the thing. Texas doesn't have state tax. Yeah, it's like Texas, Nebraska. Ooh, I don't actually know, but you get a tax return at the end of the year, unlike in the UK. So first of all, just to clarify, tax returns aren't like free money the government gets you. It's you overpaid the government and they give the money back without interest, by the way. When is your next
When is your next realm experiment? And Screw Callie.
See, the hatred of California is one of my favorite things. Seattle is bad, but the rest of Washington's nice. California sucks. Yeah, like, it's funny because the thing about California is it's the most hated state, based on my YouTube comments. Like, I don't know why that is. Who knows for sure. Wait, chat, yes or no? Do you like California? Just yes or no. Let's do a poll. Let's work out what % of you like California. What do we look like to you lot? So yeah, I want to work out what percentage do you actually think do you like California? Yes or no? Yes, yeah, no. So many no's. Like, literally, I was thinking like, okay, 50-50, maybe the no is a vocal minority. No is just killing it. If this was a vote, we have so few yeses. No, and I live here too. Interesting. Is equal to toy cat. That's a good way of saying yes. I don't mind it. Nice middle of the road approach right there. But yeah, so there's this interesting. It's interesting because there's this like wild hatred of California from a lot of the other Americans, but it's the state that. So a lot of people think of immigration as from country to country, but most of the immigration within America is from other states moving to California. Kind of like, if I had to wait, average age US, average age USA is 38.1 years.
There were showers, but no one ever used them. We even had showers in the Armour football clubhouse, but still no one used those either. Also weird amount, so you actually get $200.
So first of all, thank you very much for the thank you so much for the $14.29 super chat. Did you work that out perfectly? That after YouTube takes 30%, that's $10. If so, nailed it. Jay Loudermilk, super chatter of the week. You know, that's a level of conscientiousness that everyone else should aspire to. Also, I'm Californian. No. So I looked it up, by the way. The average age in California is 36. The average age in California is 36, and the average age in America is 38.1. So that's 2.1 years age of difference. And you got to bear in mind that means that because the 36 is part of the 38, the average age in the rest of the states is more like 39. So there's like, it's 10% younger in California because people move from other states to California at a staggering rate. Like, you know, no politician's ever going to get away with saying this, but like if immigration was a big issue, one of the easiest ways to fix it would be like, let's build a wall around California and then, but anyway, like, again, side note, just because I like fun facts, to actually stay on point here. So lots of people move there, a huge number, but also at the same time, a lot of people hate it. And I don't know how to reconcile those two facts with each other. Large economy that does nonsense with it. The California. Okay, here's some crazy facts for you. California has more people than all of Canada combined. There's a fun little in-joke for you watching right now. But no, California is not only more populated than Canada, has a larger economy than the UK now actually. But it's like this big place, right? It's lots of things going on there. But people hate it because it's like there's lots of things to hate about a place like that. In the same way, like though, it's like America's America. This is how I like to describe it. I refused to do math this early in the day. Thank you for the $2 anyway, Mr. Heartboy. But yeah, no, I think that like either Texas or California is definitely America's America, where it's like really, like very prosperous, very, very enjoyed from the inside, but there's lots of things to hate if you want to from the outside. Because it's America is one of the more hated countries, but everyone hates America but loves Americans, right? That's a fact you might not know if you're American. Sorry, you made a lot of countries upset, and current U.S. president probably doesn't help that. But fun fact, a lot of countries don't like you. Sorry if I'm the first person to tell you this. Didn't want to be that guy. You might think that everyone actually loves you, but sadly, we watch, actually in the UK, we're good friends. Like, before, again, current administration, generally speaking, US is regarded as one of our closest friends. But a lot of people are not big fans of that. Thank you very much. Y'all just jealous because we have livable weather conditions in the summer and winter. Ahem, East Coast. And when we're not on fire, of course. So, yeah, y'all just jealous. First of all, I love the word y'all. You mean people don't like us, but we're amazing. So, I really do like America. And I think most people in most European countries, maybe like, you can pick some that probably don't. Maybe a Serbia, maybe like a France or something like that. Oh, I have multiple. This is where I put the box. Should we start going for spruce trees now? Or should we just keep doing what we're doing? I don't even know at this point. I don't even know. So, your American accent gives me food poisoning. I heard recently, tell me if you think this is true, because this was like a personal attack on my character. Do I sound like someone said I sound like an American doing a British accent? Is that what I sound like? Like right now, like my normal voice. Is that what I sound like? Everyone's very upset by my by my thing here. But no, think about Texas then as like being America's America, where it's like everyone in America knows of them as the stereotype. Everyone in America would enjoy going there, I think. Because, you know, I enjoyed my time greatly. Would recommend. Note you sound English. Yes, no, 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 no. Yes, yes, no, no, no. You sound American and not British. I read that as hot British, so I'm sad that it's not British. The president is... no, you're true about Serbia not loving the USA. I mean, again, it's like... if you... You know, I think in general, it's pretty easy to see why you could live in Serbia and have questionable... and have a not great relationship with America. You know, it seems obvious to me at least. Let's just make these things into torches, and then now we'll place the torches around. How great. California is a great place to visit, not to live in. That's how I feel personally. You sound like you work for the BBC. Today on the news, a man was stabbed in the street. But he kind of deserved it, because he did make an attempt at another man's crumpet, and as we all know, that is very much the not done thing. In China, Guangzhou City has almost as many people as all of Australia. The city of Chongqing alone, Chongqing. Oh, there's a podcast I made recently. It's not coming out for a long time, but there's a city called Chongqing in Chongqing in China. Has more people all of Australia, and like it's one city. It's not even the city like expanded region. It's the city limits. Has 30 million people inside of it. And fun fact, that's more than Australia. About as many as Canada as well, I want to say. So, Mexico is America's underwear. Man, that is not a fun phrase to hear. So, reading some chat, trying to work out what things are. Honestly, I don't know what a crumpet is. If you've never tried a crumpet, then you are missing out on what is basically our one great export, right? You sound like the Diet Coke of the British accent. How am I meant to feel about that? How am I meant to feel about that comment? I don't honestly know. I thank you. Also, you're the worst. I don't even know. Also, Toycat, will you marry me? I'm not gay, but if you're willing to marry me, it's worth spending my life with you. Honestly, I would spend my life with... That's how I'm going to end that sentence, actually. No one. Do you watch South Park? Says not quality. I used to watch it a lot as a teenager. I started rewatching some of the episodes recently. Like, the new seasons are really hit and miss. But this, like, again, like, I like satire. I think one of the best ways to... Because I think, okay, I've said this before. The whole world seems ridiculous to me. Like, a lot of people can just accept that, like, oh yeah, sometimes things work for weird reasons. It hurts my soul every time I remember that the stock market, which is how pretty much every one of your retirements is going to be funded, it's how pretty much every public company drives their value, etc., etc., etc. It's the reason behind every major decision, good or bad, that a company you like or don't like makes. The whole way that thing works is just if people feel like a stock is going to go well, they'll buy into it. There are dividends, but a lot of companies don't even use those as a system. Once you remove that from... Oh, wait, thank you very much. Greg Pop for the $25. Just say hello. Really appreciate that. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Or maybe you're not enjoying the stream. Maybe just splashing some cash. But I hope you're enjoying the stream. $25 worth. Because that's how I'm going to take that as a gesture in my head. But yeah, like, there are lots of systems in life where it's just like, why is this? This is scary to me. The world shouldn't work this way. Like, again, I think a lot of people are naturally very accepting. I like that as a trait, personally. But I also think a lot of people... I think there's also a lot of AI bots buying and selling stocks. Oh yeah, and all the bots are deliberately controlled so they're at the exact same, like, distance, so they can make trades at the same frequency. And they buy it and sell so many times per second that, like, even the people who program sometimes don't know what's going on. Sometimes the bots are manipulated in such a way that, like, the whole market can crash because of a programming error. And it's like, that's terrifying. No one wants to hear that. But it's true. But it's true. Oh yeah, you know, like, pretty much any major thing, it's just kind of like, the way most things work is we hope people don't want to break them bad enough to end up breaking them. We hope the people who are smart enough to break things choose not to do it because they have other things on their plate. And that's terrifying. Also, good to see you, Kyla. Nothing means anything. I'm having a crisis. No, it's basically true. Every system designed by humans is super flawed. Because if you make a perfect system, it's impossible to keep it going. So if we make flawed systems, and those flawed systems cover pretty much everything in the world, and it's terrifying. How do I decide what to upload on a day? You might think it's this really great process. Nah, I mean, sometimes a video comes back from an editor, it gets uploaded on a day. That's why we have Seed Sunday, but not even then sometimes. How does, like, there's so many, even if you're trying to be super competent, it's easy to make mistakes. And most people aren't even making a good effort.
Enjoying and flashing cash.
Hey, thank you very much, Greg Pop. No, I think that's cool. I think, like, honestly, I've said this before, but when you support something you like, when you make it more able to exist, or even if there's no chance of it, you know, even if I'm a millionaire, knowing that you gave to something you liked, that you make it more able to exist in this world, that's kind of cool, right? Because again, actually, that goes to what I was actually saying at that exact moment. Also, I'm sad I can't marry you too, Mr. Salvatore, but thank you for the $2. But it goes back to what I was saying, that some systems are so complicated and confusing. Like, how do you make the stock market go up? Like, you know, as a whole, you know, it's like question mark. We know, you know, you can micro level that, but you can't macro level that. How do you make that exist? You know, it's hard to really say. But one of the things you can say pretty easily is like, oh, if you like a streamer, a YouTuber, or whatever else, I'm not a streamer, but pretend I'm a streamer for this example. If you like a streamer, you can make them exist with easier, you know, like, and also at the same time you get something in exchange. It's like, it's one of the few like economic transactions where it's just give a thing, get a thing. There's no murky waters of like, actually there are murky waters on my end of like, if someone looks like they're using someone else's money, or they look like they're using money they might not have, it's in my interest to be like, this guy clearly this. I know it's like a weird thing in that way. So there's probably some murky waters on that, but like from your perspective, if you know you have money to give, and I always say, don't give me anyone else's money, don't give me money you can't afford to give me. Those are the rules. Please don't breach them. But from your perspective, it's just like, oh, yeah, give some money. Now now the thing I like, you know, it's a thing, right? Don't have money to give. It's free. Everything here. Watch as much as this if you like, you know. I don't know. To me, that's cool. You can make them exist more. Yeah, exactly. Guys, it's totally okay to give me money, is what I'm basically saying, says Mason Mac. This is a big sales pitch because I would like some more money. You nailed it. Also, dogs don't attack baby sheep. Isn't that a fun fact? To build a gulag. But no, yeah, I was basically trying to say, like, anything you like on the internet, like, the internet kind of takes us back to a more basic stage in some ways, where everything is very, very simple. In a way that's easy to follow. I don't know, that's how I see it. So it's worth donating to someone who makes you happy, to Salvatore Fuggerino. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing about it, right? Like, I used to think, maybe this is like me revealing I'm really a sociopath or something. I used to wonder, like, why do people do nice things for each other without expectation of something in return? And it's like, you know, it does feel good to do. Or even, like, not even expectation, but, like, even if you know, like, it's a small chance it'll be repaid, it feels great to do something nice for someone. And, like, it's such a hard lesson to teach anyone, because every time someone told me that, I was like, haha, good way to trick me into doing needless nice things. No, thank you. But it feels good to do nice things. And that's what I'm basically trying to say here. Like, don't give money to me. Whatever. You want to, you can. If you don't want to, that's great. You like someone else better, give them some money. They might give you more. They might give you less of a speech about how democracy is really the system that's how the stream isn't a democracy, and that's okay, because some people don't suck. Yeah, no, that's the truth of it, right? Like, it takes a long time to learn that some people are worth being nice to, and that makes those people nicer. It's kind of like, I think there is a constant battle in the world between not good and evil. I'm not so two-dimensional, but there is totally a battle between, like, people trying to do nice things and people trying to do the opposite of nice things. And I think it's kind of beautiful to see it play out in the course of your own life. I do nice things for my friends to trick them into liking me and spending time with me. Haha, can't. I like your speeches. Thank you. I don't know if that was a speech. It's not something I've really thought about too much. It's just... I guess it is, actually, because I... Again, maybe like, I just wasn't surrounded with people that I inherently liked or trusted. One of the things about YouTube is because of the internet, I guess, to be more broad, you meet a much wider range of people, which means you get... I've had so many people abuse my trust and my everything else. But you also get a much wider variety of people who just want to be nice. And it always makes you feel better. What's that white stripe in the sky? Oh, that's my motorway. It's a blue ice pathway. It's a confusing thing to explain, I guess. But it's a thing. Don't worry about it. It's good. If you see this, I'll literally breathe air. You're not... I'm going to go crazy if you stay diamond miner. But you can breathe the air. If you say we don't give you money, we'll give it to you. Great marketing strategy, says Lucas Adriel Villar. That's right, everyone. Don't give me money. Right now, try your hardest to not give me money. I believe in you. I think you can do this. I think if we take our time and we stick together, everything we do will go our way. And I think if we all believe in not giving money to Toy Cat for just long enough, then maybe we can all do it together. I believe in a world where no one gives money to Toy Cat. How long can we go? Actually, I honestly think... Okay, here's a... Well, there we go. Freaky rules. I don't have money, but I'm still donating. Haha, how do you like that? Oh man, you showed me. I am stunned and hurt by you, Michael Depoit. He has tricked us all, chat. He has tricked us all. But yeah, no, there's this, there is a interesting... I do think that it's easier to get people to donate if you give them the realistic spiel of like, hey, I'm going to use your money. Oh wait, I'm going to Vegas in 3 days. If you give me money, I'm going to use it to gamble. I'm going to do something. And then, you know, they give you free alcohol when you gamble. I'm committing a sin, and then I'm poisoning myself. If you give me money, like Shayna O has that right now, it's going right into the Poison Toy Cat Fund. You know, we're going to... Is that a thing people want? Is that a thing that gets people on board with donations? I think it just might be. I think if I tell you more bad things, I'm going to buy American food. It's bad for you, you know? Like, I'm going to eat a lot of it. That's where the... it does, and I keep forgetting. Is this actually the working solution? I'm not too sure. But yeah, thank you very much for the $4 super chat, the Def Shack. It's been a while since we've seen 4. Also, mission failed, says Greg Pop.
Mission failed.
Do people like giving money for like bad causes? Would you rather I poison myself with your money? Because that's what I'm gonna do. Again, food. You know, there's gonna be so much. There's an In-N-Out in Oh yeah, I'm gonna do my first In-N-Out review on the 3rd channel. So I'm gonna eat some In-N-Out. Where this money's going, Mr. Still Under Your Bed, it's Canadian 279. Also, King Creeper 983. See, apparently people do love the idea. You make one joke about how you're gonna hurt yourself with their money, and everyone's like, this money isn't gonna go to a good thing. It's gonna go to a thing. This is going to a bad cause. That's all I needed to hear. This is the first stream I've watched of yours, says Evan Coda. Thank you very much for the $1.99 super chat, Mr. Evan Coda. Hey Toy Cat, love your channel for 2 years now. Don't have money, but still donating, says Jazzy Rexton. Thank you very much for the $4.99 super chat. Was it poisoning me that like, what tipped you over the edge? What made you go, you know, I don't have money, but I'm still gonna give you some? Was it like, are you happy taking money that doesn't exist just to? Apparently, the poison is what sold it to Rick Hansen. How has this happened? How I deliberately, I kind of knew. A part of me was like, maybe that is a thing that resonates with people. But I really hoped it wasn't, you know? I was like, oh, it's a funny little joke, but probably not going to go anywhere. But Jack McGowan, Toy Cat should equally distribute his donations. No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna contribute to wealth inequality. This money's going directly to a giant casino mega corporation. Here's a drink on me in Advancing Vegas, although I know it's probably like 3% of a drink because they're overpriced. I think if you just, yeah, I don't think I can go to an actual bar with that, but I think that's like a third of a drink or something. Or like half a drink at like, yeah, actually $5. Yeah, no, I think that's actually probably about half a drink. Excited. My liver's going to be like that much more hurt now. All for you, Alina Khan. Here's some gambling money. Thank you, Greg Pop. Gonna use that. Gonna throw that right on black at the roulette table. Here's a fun idea, actually. I don't know if we should actually do this. Like, also, thank you, Galvaston. It worked. It worked. People really did just go, yeah. It was all it took was when I went from, oh yeah, this money, you know, it's cool, but whatever, to, oh yeah, this money is literally gonna hurt me. Where everyone's like, yeah, let's poison Toy Cat. let's let's make it so that Toy Cat is slightly less alive than he is right now. That's what the internet wants to see. You know, the internet might seem so wholesome sometimes, but no, the internet, I'm only donating only if you promise to attempt world domination with it. You've got to promise. You know what? If you think about it, if I gamble your money, that's basically attempting world domination. So I've got you. So are you hurting yourself or not? Says Michael Dupuit. Next week, you will see some serious damage done to me. Because that's basically what going to a foreign country is, right? P, says Carlton Beecham. But yeah, no, I'm actually going to use this money to gamble and also to drink alcohol. Because, I mean, those two things go together in Vegas, right? Alcohol's bad for you. But also, what are you going to do? Toy Cat's the ultimate capitalist. I managed to turn poisoning me into a monetizable event. I guess we've done that before with the drinking live streams, but like, is this a thing I should be happy with? Have I just invented the best marketing ever? Or should I feel bad that there's, like, we've activated like the chaotic evils in the stream. We've activated all of them. I'm just like, that does sound fun. And I don't know if this is great. Can't believe y'all have functioning organs, so lame. I will admit, functioning organs are definitely a pretty lame thing. Epstein didn't kill himself. Oh, that's a meme right now, right? Like, I guess it's good that it's coming back in some way. But I guess that's the only way you can make things exist. Use this to buy beef jerky, says the Def Shack. I actually really do like buying jerky in America, because it's made from, like, nonsense. I guess all jerky is made from a form of nonsense. But, like, it's really especially concerning in America. So I will buy some beef jerky, and that will hurt my insides even more. The things I do for you. We need another drunk stream in order to effectively poison Toy Cat. How about when I get back, if I'm not dead, which is possible, right? I'll do that. Salmon jerky. Salmon jerky sounds either like the worst thing in the world or the best thing. Like I like raw salmon. No, smoked salmon. So good. But yeah, this is terrible. This is a whole thing. How much money does this guy get every stream? Wouldn't you like to know? Here's the funny thing about streams, is they're like the most weird, inconsistent source of money where like, well, I made a joke about poisoning myself, and what did we make? Like $30, $40? You know? Like, probably. I could check, actually. According to this, we've made... Well, thank you very much, Jexika Sauce. Went gambling in Nevada for my 21. Found out I hated gambling, but I like drinking, so here's a drink tip on me. Hey, that's actually like 2 drink tips, right? Because $2 is about... Yeah, you gave me 2 drinks tips, and then also some pocket change. So thank you, Jessica Forsyth. Forsyth? Yeah, it is Forsyth. What an interesting name. It could be Forsyth. But Forsyth is like forcibly doing something. Most effective way to make money, have people pay to induce harm on you. I think definitely people have a thing where they like to watch like car crashes. And if they can pay money to make a car crash, then that's just avoiding a step. Thank you, Ottilia Ellinghausen. Again, names we've ever heard before are all coming out of the woodworks today as soon as they learn they could hurt me. And that's beautiful. That's the best. Also, do you like Red Bull, says Evan Coda. It should be even, really, shouldn't it? Like, why is that Evan? Why is even? But Evan is... That should be Ivan. Ivan Coda. Do I like Red Bull? I actually do like Red Bull. I think it's... off the energy drinks, it's the least bad tasting one. But they all taste kind of bad. Oh, Asian Red Bull's so much better than Western Red Bull. Pro tip, if you ever go to Asia, pick up the Red Bull. It's like one of the tastiest drinks. Toy Cat is a boomer. Come to my town for free memes. Thank you for the £2, Mr. Jack McGowan. I'd say I appreciate it, but I don't know if that's a thing. The chaos induced a new member. Somehow it did. I just wish that like the correlation between me being confused and committing harm was not perfect to the amount people donated, but it is, and that's wonderful. We need a drunk stream more than ever. You know what we're gonna have to do is when I get back, we'll see if we can do one. I have some Midori lying around. Also, I'm surprised you got my last name correct. Also, I live in America and no one can say it. I'm going to get it wrong if I say it again. Michael DePoit. Is it like Deputy? Is how people try to say it, I guess. Also, this is for the Save Toy Cat RS Fund. See, that $2 is now going to go to buying painkillers and buying... what else is healthy? A smoothie. I guess $2 isn't going to buy both of those things. It's going to buy me a pack of... Actually, a painkiller's expensive in America. They're, like, wildly cheap in the UK. Like, I'm just saying, if you wanted to... You know, you could overdose without breaking a £5 note, you know? Also, Streamlabs taking less of a cut than YouTube, right? Says Shino. That is correct. That money... That is like a whole drinks tip to fuel my poisoning, as opposed to a portion of one, which it would be otherwise. So, you don't need all the painkillers. It'll pay for 0.001% of your hospital bill. Oh, here's my, so on my list of things to upset Americans, besides like, hey, you know what's cool? If I hurt myself, don't go bankrupt. I love that. Because even in America, your health insurance only pays for a certain percent of your bill, right? So here's the cool thing. When I go to America, I pay, actually it comes with an account, but I indirectly pay for travel insurance because I travel. And I guess they don't assume that I travel as much as I would. It's kind of like if you get unlimited data and then you use like 16 terabytes of data and it's like, well, you said unlimited. So as long as I don't leave the UK for more than 29 days in a row, have some more. Thank you, Julian Ames. As long as I don't leave the UK for more than 29 days in a row, I get free healthcare in every country, including America, which means if I'm in America and I get the same life-altering thing as you do, I don't have to pay money for it, but you do. Even if you already pay money for health insurance, isn't your system tragic? Checkmate. Hey, so thank you very much, Greg Pop. You know what? Again, Greg Pop, clearly a nice guy. I mean, I'm going to assume guy from the name. And, but also very interested in poisoning Toy Cat, which is lovely, I think. Transsexual Bowser cosplayer quote by Toy Cats. You know, that is a direct quote from Toy Cat. I don't know what stream or how long ago, but it is a thing. Is America really look as bad everywhere else? So here's the thing, right? Here's me going against what I just said, right? Hello, Toy Cat, late but great to be here. So everyone likes to, like, it's like a meme to make fun of America because you have guns and also no healthcare, right? Like, you know, we need freedom to shoot things, but we don't need freedom, you know, in terms of, like, hospital bills. But the reality of it is, Julie Ames, thank you for the $2, don't care anymore. I'm glad you don't care about my safety. Oh, wait, he was the one person that was like, hey, we're gonna try and donate to the health fund, and now he's like, no, it's gone. I stopped caring. Also, thank you. Please try to say Traxidel. It means door frame in my native Norwegian dialect. Traxidel? Traxidel. Traxidel? Traskidel? There you go. I tried my best. Also, to stay on some amount of track. Also, I should have paced myself for the donations last stream. I don't think you ever have to feel that way. I think, like, in reality, it's just like, whatever you feel like doing is whatever the best way to receive it is. But no, so, the actual reality is, because, you know, it's like a meme that, like, America no healthcare, etc. America does have the best healthcare in the world if you pay for it. Like, it's not the best average outcome, because a lot of people have very poor outcomes, but those are poor outcomes based on money. And because America is also the wealthiest country, in terms of total wealth, like total GDP, and statistically speaking, if you live in America, you'll probably do better than a lot of other countries. And if you do well in America, you'll do better than any other country. In terms of your healthcare, it's like healthcare inequality, you could say, which you know, like, everyone can agree that some amount of disparity on a lot of things is good, but maybe it's not fair when it comes to life or death, or maybe it is fair. I think that actually is a valid argument. Like, you know, on the one hand, people might die. On the other hand, some of those people want to die. So, you know, isn't it really a pretty fair trade to make? I need to save money for the Thanksgiving dinner, though. That's a good point. Gotta get Toy Cat all the way across America. Where's my 4-hour sushi stream? Toy Cat says Eli Morrison. You know, this is the 4-hour sushi stream. We're gonna do it now. Also, oh wait, Luxus Adriel Villar gave money for the Help Toy Cat Foundation. So we got $2, and then also $2, but then removed again, and then 20 ARS What does that mean? How many people want to help Toy Cat versus hurt Toy Cat? Let's work it out. Extra tips since that last one was pretty close. Hey, I did it well. Thank you, Tatiana. It's good to see you here, by the way. It's been like whenever I see a name, especially like a let's be honest, I hate that it's like this, but like if you donate, I'm more likely to recognize you because I'll read out your thing, and it's fine. I recognize a lot of people who don't donate, but it's a fact. Sorry. You know what? This is a brutal dictatorship where you can bribe to be recognized. But when I see a name like that appear after so long, it's like, hey, good to see you again. It's like an old friend. An old friend who didn't even try to poison you last time. So, that's nice, isn't it? Repeal the Third Amendment and give us back our Auto M16.
Repeal the Third Amendment and give us back our Auto M16.
What is the Third Amendment? You gave $25, so you get a Google search from ToyCat. Third Amendment. Right now on the spot, I'm gonna say whether I want it or not. Third Amendment. Restrictions on the quartering of soldiers in private homes without the owner's consent. Forbidding the practice in peacetime. It's an amendment to the Quarterings Act passed by British Parliament in the build-up which allowed the British Army... You're not sure? You're not soldiers in houses? Why not? I mean, makes sense, right? So, Cat, what's the point of fortune on an axe? The honest answer to your question is there isn't one. The joke answer to your question is... I think it's really fortunate that this many people watch my stream, just to hear me talk about Red Bull and... I guess, yeah, poisoning myself was really a temple... You know, the more I get hurt and confused, the more the internet likes that. Which is a dangerous path to go down. This is why so many YouTubers end up, like, wildly depressed, because they have audiences, but they have audiences for the people that, like, want to see them in pain. Imagine, I don't know, like an abusive partner that you ask them to be abusive. I don't know. That's what I imagine right here. So, he means the Second Amendment. I'm sure he's making a joke about the Third Amendment. I'm not too sure. He didn't mean the second. He said third. Third Amendment's the one we're talking about. You know, I think soldiers should be allowed in people's homes, even in peacetime. You ever think to yourself, man, I'm having a lonely day. If only the US Army would burst in and provide me with some freedom. I think about that all the time. So what's the total for the Poison Toy Cat Fund? Let me check, actually. According to this is just, it just says all the stream. $184, Jesus. That's not like just poisoning Toy Cat, but like, that's everything before then. But like, still, wow. You know what? This is clearly a profitable avenue for me to pursue. Thank you, Charles M. Carmack, for the $5 super chat. Glad you feel compelled to do that thing. Watching every Toy Cat stream, will I survive? Oh, yeah, this is basically live stream week because I'm streaming tomorrow and then I'm hopefully streaming Friday because I need to finish this damn torch project. So I'm going to finish it on Friday, I think. Why are you being the reverse Mr. Beast? You know, the world needs balance, right? The world needs balance. If I ever dated a guy in the army, I'd probably make Third Amendment jokes every time he came over. You know, I wish that we had a Third Amendment so I could make those jokes now. Of course, the British guy thinks the Third Amendment shouldn't exist. Hey, good history joke based on the few minutes of the Wikipedia page that I read just now. But yeah, people willing to give me a lot of money just to see me poison. Like, this is the most I think we've seen in a stream in a long time, and you know that's cool. First edition's channel. Thank you, Bruce Escooch. I'm glad that you could be. Also, tip for poisoning yourself: drunk stream, crack and rum, and iron brew is a dangerous combination. Learned that in Glasgow, says Elizabeth Shook. So I think I recall this one correctly, but you had a Scottish boyfriend, right? How does that happen? How do you meet people from Scotland in not Scotland? So, you know, I want to know how I can avoid this practice. Oh, I dated someone from Scotland recently. I went on a date with someone from Scotland recently. That was a thing. It was fun, actually. I think oh, there's a whole story about that. Took it as yes, says Ivan Koda, which is definitely how you say that name, by the way. Thank you very much. Here's some money to play at the Russian roulette table. I wish Russian roulette was a real game. Like, if I was gonna die, I'd rather, like, play Russian roulette first, right? Everyone gets some more money. One person dies. You're reminded about the valueness of life, and also you got money. What's not to love? It's me again, says Julian Ems. They've come back from their depression to give more money to the Help Toy Cat Fund. Ahem, Scottish. I've never met a Scottish person before, so they don't exist. Also, it's Roulette. Drunk Toy Cat's my favorite toy cat. Well, boy, do I have some news for you. Gonna eat some In-N-Out and then learn how to say the word what, but with an American accent. It'll be great fun. Chelsea Wise, thank you for the $2 super chat. Really appreciate it. Chelsea's a weird way. That's a weird way to say Chelsea. No offense to your name. Like, again, I'm sure you're a wonderful actually, no, I'm not sure you're a wonderful person. There's a chance you kill people. I hope you don't. But, so you're likely a wonderful person. But your name is confusing. And, you know, like, and that's fine. You can have a confusing name. But can you? Here, gamble my Swedish public student funds, says Alex Odell. So yeah, this is okay. I actually have an interesting thought about student funds now with that, because I'm now going to use your money that the Swedish government gave you, which the Swedish government collected from taxpayers, and I'm going to use that money specifically to gamble. I'm going to and then, you know, maybe to poison myself with it. It's in the gambling and poison toy cat fund, right? So isn't that interesting that it works that way? And the reason it works that way is because money is infinitely fungible. If I have $100 and you give me $100, I have $200. I don't have $100 from you and $100 from me. It's just the same. And I think this is why, like, targeted money is always a bad idea, right? Like, what if we give people money to do this? You just gotta be like, let's give people money and let's hope they do this. And that's why I'm basically saying universal basic income. Am I right? Yeah, I like those words. Why do you use Bane of Arthropods? Says Sips. Honestly, no good reasons. My enchantments are really badly chosen. Okay, they're all just pretty awful. Off topic, was fighting Jean last night. Pillager spawned in the middle of the brawl. Got wrecked by Dragon Breath. Highlight of my week. The Pillager band spawned in the end. Is that a thing that can happen? Do you have that recorded? That sounds insane. That sounds really, really wacky. I don't think I've heard of that one before as being a thing. I wouldn't have guessed that was a thing that could happen. And now I know that it is. Also, you missed my reply to the how'd you meet question. Oh, did you put it up here in the chat? He was on holiday in SF and our families were seated next to each other in a baseball game. That's how it started. Oh, that's crazy. You literally just... Man, I've actually... Okay, I have a San Francisco. I don't know, like... This is... San Francisco is the city of coincidental meeting, apparently. Because... Does anyone want to save Toy Cat? Says Julie Names. Yes, exactly. So, I know the very first employee at... Yeah, I can say 4J. So 4J people who make a console. The first programmer they ever employed was just because the studio owners met a dude, like, I think on some tour or something in San Francisco. And then, like, the dude spoke about programming. And they're like, oh, you sound really cool. You know, we're looking for a programmer. It's a shame you're based here. And it's like, oh, I'm actually Scottish. I live in the same place as you do. And they just met all the way over there. So yeah, Scotland and San Francisco, permanently paired, is what I'm saying here. So thank you very much, by the way. I'm gonna thank you very much, Chelsea Wise, for the $2. She liked my belittling of her name, and she figured, you know what, $2 for that at least. Not enough to want to give a message attached, because she's like, you know, there's too much pressure now. She's just gonna make fun of my name some more. If you gamble, drinks are free in the casino. Okay, fun fact. If you gamble, drinks are not free in the casino. I hate this so much. This is, you know, I like so many things about America. America's it's land of freedom, land of opportunity, land of many great things, land of obesity, which, you know, I want to be obese on the inside, just not on the outside. So yeah, basically I love me some America. However, tip culture is so insane. Every job has tipping eventually, because people who tip outweigh people who don't, and then it's like, oh, you're not going to tip. You get the worst, and everyone tips for everything all the time. You know, I'm gonna start tipping. You know, I can't think of a silly service to tip right now, because every service you tip. I was gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna tip when I pay for a drink. Aha, you do that anyway, don't you? Aha, imagine like tipping. I don't know, like an employee. Anyway, my point here is when you go to a casino, you don't get free drinks. If you don't tip, you don't get drinks. So really, you have to pay $1 for drinks, which is cheap. It's very cheap, but they're not free. Like, free is a very, very strictly defined concept. But that's the thing. Anyway, it sucks. You just wish they were. And, oh, okay. I think I've told this story, but it's so ridiculous to me. There's this one casino. It's a very high-end one, I think. I'm not sure. It looked high-end on the inside to me. It's called The Win, I want to say. I only went in there because we were like, let's go see all of the casinos. And, like, I gave them $1, and they're like, $1 for this free drink? $1 for this free service? You monster. How dare you think that's all I'm worth for doing this thing that I am employed to do and paid money to do? Oh. And it's like, man, I hate life. I hate the concept that in America free things aren't free. It's a lie. Free always has an asterisk next to it. You get a free meal at a restaurant, you've got a tip, of course. I mean, like, you know, of course. you have a voucher so that something's paid for. That only covers, you know, the stuff. It doesn't cover the person. Anyway, whatever. Paying employees separately to paying for goods sucks, and I don't understand why it's accepted. Well, I do understand, but I hate it too. Bolt tip anyway, though. Thanks, $2 to you, says J Loudermilk. Thank you very much. Also, are there emojis in Sweden? Yes. Question mark? I don't know if that's a meme. But thank you, Julian Ames. Also, yeah, thank you very much. I'll take the tip, and I'll use it to take a tip and give it to the casino people, and I'll poison myself, because that's what you want, right? So, yeah, what we're going to do now is we're going to collect up all the stuff we've got, and we're going to see how much we actually have. This should be a decent amount of charcoal. Like, we should be able to finish some amount of some of these collections. I hope. So, yeah, we got all of that in this chest, shulker box thing. And in this shulker box, we've got... You know, we can fill this one a bit more. Let's go and do that, shall we? Actually, we can just fill this one instead. I think that'd be easier. Let's go next to these birch trees and put the box down there. And let's just do like one big concerted effort. It'll be great. Like just all of this right now. Let's power for it. One after another. 100% on this. I need to get some wood, and I need to get the wood now. And I'm all out of now. All extremes are on the same team. It's actually every extreme is on the same team, except for the way that proves horseshoe theory. Thank you very much. I want to see you wasted. It'd be interesting, but not poisoned. So again, I do not recommend that you do this. I recommend the opposite. But I learned recently from someone who found this, despite it being unlisted. Actually, I think it's like private even. But apparently, all you have to do is search Toy Cat drinking stream, and then a Reddit post comes up which has a link to the thing. So yeah, if you want to find that, it's terrible. I don't recommend it. Actually, you know, I think it's great. Like this is the adorable thing about me. You know, consume too much alcohol accidentally because I used a large glass. I just go on a rant about how women are perfect, and it's like, aren't you know, like most people, that's when they're like because there's a famous phrase that's something like, oh yeah, the drunken heart speaks an inner mind or sober mind or something like that. But yeah, no, apparently my thoughts. I love the gender of women. I think they're beautiful as a concept, you know. And isn't that great? Isn't that like that's my deepest, most scared, not scared, my most inner hidden thought that I hide from the world. I think that's beautiful. I convinced oh, okay. It's a fun joke. I got a 9.2 for my English listening test. Clearly it's because of all these streams you're listening to. Thank you very much, Julian Ames, by the way, for all the money in the Help Toy Cat Fund. I can buy a smoothie now. Wait, okay, this is a thing. Is this insane or not? A place that I intend to get breakfast has orange juice for $11 for whatever a carafe is. Is that an insane price? Or is that like America price? Toy Cat 6 drinks in. It's respecting women now. See, I would actually be scared. Like, if I had to guess, I'd be like, oh no. I'm going to say things like, oh yeah, I think that, you know, something, you know, modern trends of like, you know, women not having hair is really depressing. Because don't women look so pretty with hair? That'd be my assumption of like controversial opinions. No, my deepest, darkest, hidden inner fear is like, wow, isn't everyone just so beautiful on the inside? And I think that's wonderful. Carafe is a fancy glass jug. That's a ridiculous price. $11. It's insane. Okay, it's insane. Okay, chat, we're all on the same page here. That's good to know. It's so hard for me to work out American prices because I travel around so much of America. Like sometimes I'm in like a ski mountain where it's obviously gonna be expensive. Sometimes in a city where it's gonna be expensive for that reason. Sometimes I'm out in the middle of nowhere where it should be cheap, and sometimes it is. So like prices are something I can never really get a handle on in America, because it's the same dollars, but like it's so different everywhere. There's that one town in Alaska, Barrow, where it costs $17 for a pint of Sunny D, or a half liter or whatever it's called. You need to replant twice as many trees as you cut down. No, I'm not gonna replant any of these trees. I'm gonna leave them all deforested, because deforestation is beautiful in my opinion. By the way, tell me now, because we're about to go. We're pretty much finished. What is the ideal... Actually, wait, there's going to be a bias. If I say what's the ideal time for a live stream, most people say now because they could make it here. But did you enjoy that this stream went so late? I don't think going past midnight is a rarity. Are you diamonds? Because I want to hit you with a pickaxe. Let the pickup lines rule the chat again. I don't know. You know, I like that as like a... I don't know. You know, I'm going to be honest with you here. Going to be firm but fair. That did not hit the proverbial spot, sadly. Hi, Toycat. Watch a lot of streams, but don't... but I never donate, but here's my Toycat tax. Hey, thank you, Lauren and Claire. Again, the small donations seem like they mean nothing. Like, oh, that's only 1/100th of something. But one, every little helps. And two... Actually, every little doesn't help. That's a lie. I'm sorry. So misleading. But, the other end of that is it's like cool to see like, oh yeah, there's a significant number of people, not just because you know, if someone just donates like, what is it, like what's the max, $500, that would be like, oh wow, that's amazing. But I think it's almost cooler if it comes from 500 people, or maybe it's cool if it comes from both. It'd be cool to have 500 donations from 500 $1 donations and also one $500 donation. But, or super chat, or stream tip, or whatever. Oh, I'm a tipped employee. I should stop complaining about tips in casinos. Really, you know, if you watch a Toycat live stream and you don't tip, I basically starve to death. So really, if you end this stream without giving me Australian $2.99 like Claudia, then, you know, basically a terrible human being. See, I'm doing American tipping now, right? Doing it so well. Also, are you cold because you keep me warm? Oh, you know, we need to get a good Minecraft pickup line in before we leave. We can't leave on a bad one. So, let's do this, chat. Let's get all of our brains together. Let's see if collectively we can come up with something that works. You know, are you wood? Because I think you're strong and supportive. Are you? What's the most beautiful Minecraft block? We'll go for Toycat level. You know, logic of just like wildly complimentary. If you don't tip, you're a monster. Yeah, it's just, those are the facts, right? If you don't tip, then, you know, I don't even get paid minimum wage. Technically true. the best type of true. See, I'm US tipping right now. You enjoying that? Thank you for the €1. See, it's a bit ink. Not a monster. Not a monster in the slightest. Everyone else, though, you're all basically monsters trying to kill me. Thank you, Lauren Hayes. You've got 4 more, I've got 4 more donations left, so yeah. When do you stream? Usually it's this time every night. So tomorrow it's earlier. It's actually, I'll tell you right now. It's tomorrow, 20 hours from now. So 4 hours ago is when I'll start my stream tomorrow. And then the day after is like 2 hours ago, but on Friday, probably. It might be later, might be less later. If only there was a word for less later. Chat, can we come up with this? What would a word for less later be called? If only we could piece together. There just isn't one. There just, sadly, there is not one in the English language that works for that. So, we'll have to call it quits. Are you an arrow because you're stuck in my head? That's nice, actually. See, it's both a little comical and very nice. Girl, are you a guardian? Because it looks like you've got your eye on me. That might be the best one, actually. That might be the best one. I'm a fan. I'm a fan, to say the least. So, yeah, no, thank you very much for watching this live stream on this internet. Less later, Lester. Oh, I like that, Rue. Oh, good to see you again, by the way. See, names show up every now and then. It's like, oh, wow. Isn't that cool? People enjoy live streams. Are you Bedrock because I can't break through to you, Karen? I remember that from yesterday, but it's still just as beautiful today. Okay, so we've got our shulker boxes now. We're going to take both of these back over to the desert. We're going to smelt them in my big auto furnace. And we're going to pray this gives me enough charcoal to finish at least one side of that thing. And if it doesn't, that sucks. Are you honey? Because you're sweet. Very sweet. Very, very nice. Very easy. I like that. Okay, let's go pick up the bed, which is for some reason still over here. Oh, I deforested so much today. It just hit me like, look how much we took away. Probably quite a bit. Also, thanks Toy Cat, you made my morning great. You're welcome, Mind Blocks. I hope I improved someone's morning and evening. Because, like, I don't know, I've been feeling really good recently. Oh, wait, we can now do that thing where we just cut away and we say, thank you for watching today's live stream. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. Do it if you want to, probably. Something engagement, potentially. I don't know. I've never noticed the video going better based on likes. I'm going to take off this hoodie, this time hoodie. I'm going to throw it away right now. And it'll feel good, because I wore it on a live stream before I went. I have a brand... Okay, wait. Okay, this is a spoiler for a future stream. Because I like the idea of every now and then just showing up in a silly outfit. I might have something that looks like this. So, that'll show up soon. It'll be great. But besides that, I hope you're doing wonderful. And if you're not, then I'm gone now, so it's not my problem. Goodbye. Oh. I type on my phone, so sorry for typos. Love your streams. I'm gonna donate tomorrow. Bye. Thank you, Lauren Hayes. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow. If we can get a thumbnail and if the concept works. Minecraft, but we only walk in a straight line. Like, we can't go left or right, only forwards or backwards. See you tomorrow. Goodbye. Wait, come watch it. That'd be good.